Welcome back. You're watching Newsx. I'm Rishabh Gulati. We have been traversing the last 10-11 years on this, the 75th birthday of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in the journey that he has travelled from Vadnagar to New Delhi, and the journey now India has travelled with him over the past decade. Now, we discussed the overall macro picture. Here is an important one, and the reason it's so important is because many people watching these English language telecasts that we are doing, not all of you are directly going to be interested in the schemes, because you're not necessarily looking at getting the free house or the free toilet, and it's a very statistical thing. But think about it, what if you did not have a toilet at home? You can't conceive it. That summation in your mind for many of you cannot register that my house would not have a toilet, which means if I wanted to go to the bathroom, I have to think about it. I have to plan it. Just imagine that for a second. That tens of millions of people in this country wanting to go to the bathroom had to think about it and plan for it. Find a location or a field or a railway track. That's how we were living. Vast majority of the country. So let's discuss these schemes that have changed India from the ground up. That within the next few years, very much in the lifetime of me and my guests, fingers crossed, we are going to see saturation. It's done. This one has been the biggest, most high profile one. It's called the PM Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana. Okay, this is the free food grains per month. 81 crore people, that's almost 70% of the population, get free food grains. It's the core thing. It's not rocket science. You need food, you need water, and you need a roof over your head. Okay, it's not economic rocket science. No PhD is required here, no Nobel Prize is required here to figure this out. Solve this problem. Can India in the macro version solve this problem? Yes, we had the money. We had the food grains. Were we being able to solve it? The answer is no. So you want to give the money to your farmers at an MSP. You are gathering the food grains. Instead of leaving them to rot, just give them away. It seems so logical that instead of letting it solidify, just distribute it for free, and we couldn't figure it out for so many decades. It's now being done. This has become routine now. The extensions have become routine, and this has been going on for the better part of 3 years. Now, here is the other big ticket one. Health. Jan Arogya Yojana. 36.9 crore, which is about more than a quarter of the population, now have 5 lakh rupees health insurance. Just think about it for a second. You go to a hospital where your mother or father or children or you yourself as the earning member of the family, man or woman, falls sick, and the medical bills force you probably to sell the largest asset you have, which might be a house, it might be a few bighas of land which you own and farm on. And for generations, the family is destitute because somebody fell ill, to the point that people in this country did not seek treatment. They chose to die or chose to let their loved ones die for the want of not putting the family into generations of destitution and debt. Jan Arogya Yojana. Roof over your heads, lentil ki chhat, from a juggi, which is a tin ki chhat, tarpaulin ki chhat, to a lentil ki chhat. Have a look at what the PM Awas Yojana has managed to achieve. Almost 1 crore houses have been built under the PM Awas. 1 crore houses have been built under the PM Awas Yojana. It's a figure that is, and I've seen these houses. They are in communities, in compounds. There's a road outside, there's a nala, there is a park, there is a garden, there's a balcony, there's a kitchen, there is a sitting room, there's a bathroom, and there is a bedroom. There is running water, there is electricity. There's running gas in many places. Life changing. And that's for the people getting the houses, for the people building the houses on your own property. Government gives you the money. And we've done these anecdotal studies, many of whom you'll hear in the context of this conversation. PM Awas Yojana, 1 crore houses built, 1.7 lakh crores of money already disbursed. Farmers, the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi. This is installments of that 2000 rupees. 9.7 crore installments have been distributed of 2000 rupees each. Okay. We are on the 20th installment now as a country. That's 3.7 lakh crores have been given back in hard cash to the farmers and put back into the agrarian economy. It's not a life-changing amount, 6,000 rupees. Okay, it just pays a bill here and there, covers an expense here and there, but it's in cash direct to your account. And total, it's about pumping money into where it is required. So 3.7 lakh crores through the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi have been pumped into the agrarian rural economy under PM Modi. I mentioned this in the last telecast. 50% of India is on the move. Think about it, people that you know, okay? Those are not the beneficiaries of the ration, might not be your friends, but for all the millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions of people who still pick up ration to benefit from the free ration that you receive, if you have shifted from the northeast of India to the south of India, from the south of India to the north of India, from the east to the west, to the west to the east, if you are not in your specific PDS locality, it was meaningless to you. Now, it would be logical that can I have a card, and as long as I'm only taking my requisite ration, can I collect it from anywhere in the country? The concept is so simple, the implementation life changing. Okay, have a look at this. 80 crore people have this ration card now, and 315 lakh metric tons of food grains have been dispersed under this scheme, which is somebody in a different state, in a different city, with their home address in a different place, taking ration. 315 lakh metric tons. So that's 315,000, well, 1,000 metric tons of food grains have been dispersed. Food. Let's come to water. Jal Jeevan Mission. 15 crore households at an outlay of 70,000 crore rupees in the no adhunik technology, no rocket science here, of putting a PVC pipe, okay, and adding a nalka so a house can have running water. So that this concept, which has become, it had become a cliched story of India, that the woman of the house has to walk kilometers to pick up water every day. We are reaching saturation on this. Not a small, mean achievement. Mudra Yojana. Now, this is something that Sharad Kohli had just mentioned. Bank accounts and loans, therefore, that you can get once you have a bank accounts. 52 crore of these loans, 520 million loans have been sanctioned of a total amount of 32.6 lakh crores, and almost 70% of these loans have gone to women. Puts it into perspective. The toilets under Swachh Bharat, which was like a big thing, now you stopped really talking about it, because that's exactly what should happen. Going to the toilet should be normal. It shouldn't be a thing for you to figure out. 12 crore of these toilets have been built at a near disbursement of 1 lakh crore rupees. Okay, and is it %% perfect that every toilet is perfect? No, but have we done dipstick tests all over the country to see are the toilets functional? Do they have water? Yes, we have. Are most of them functional and have water? Yes. Are women using them? Yes. So are most of them serving the intended purpose? The answer is yes. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. For years, we've talked about reservation as a path to progress. The economic path of progress also lies for people who want to be innovative and entrepreneurial. Have a look at this. Under Stand Up India, almost 10,000 crores of loans, which is almost 47,000 beneficiaries, have been distributed to SC/ST startups in this country, SC/ST entrepreneurs in this country, which tells a figure. About few years ago, we used to have this concept of backward districts and aspirational districts, which is basically districts that are not doing well in this country. Okay. We have seen 112 aspirational districts rise in this country, 112 districts which have gone from extreme backward, which are now called aspirational districts, which have moved up the ladder, which means that district itself is moving up the ladder and has moved on. And the last point before I go back to my guess, for the people, ladies and gentlemen, we are at points of saturation on bank accounts. We are at points of saturation on water. Saturation in this context means that every person who need apply, wants to apply, has it. Where we were that the minority of the people in this country had access to a tap and had access to bank account, we are nearly everyone has access to them. It has become normal, it has become routine, and that's a long way to have traveled. Let me